In a small, tranquil village nestled between towering mountains and dense forests, there lived a young woman named Alara. The villagers often spoke of her as a free spirit, one who roamed the woods, danced in the meadows, and laughed with the wind. To them, Alara was the embodiment of freedom, untamed and boundless. One day, while wandering through the forest, Alara stumbled upon an ancient tree, its bark gnarled and roots deep. Its presence was imposing, yet comforting. Curious, Alara approached the tree and placed her hand upon its rough surface. To her surprise, a deep, resonant voice echoed in her mind. "Do you believe you are free?" "Child," the voice asked. Alara was startled, but her curiosity outweighed her fear. "Of course I am free," she replied with confidence. "I go where I please, do as I wish, and answer to no one." The tree's voice chuckled softly, a sound like the rustling of leaves in the wind. "Is that so? Then tell me, what drives your actions? What compels you to wander these woods to seek solitude in nature?" Alara paused, considering the question. "I suppose it's my desire for peace, for escape from the burdens of life. I seek freedom from the expectations of others." The tree's roots seemed to shift slightly, as if considering her words. "And what of those desires? Are they not chains that bind you, leading you to act in ways you believe will bring you peace? You are driven by your emotions, your fears, and your hopes. Can you truly call yourself free when you are bound by such forces?" Alara felt a pang of uncertainty. She had never considered that her desires might be chains, leading her along a path she hadn't chosen as freely as she thought. "But if I were to abandon my desires, what would be left? What is freedom if not the ability to pursue what I want?" "True freedom," the tree responded, "is not the absence of desires, but the awareness of them. It is the ability to see the forces that drive you and choose your path with understanding, rather than being led by unseen currents." Alara sat at the base of the tree, lost in thought. She realized that much of what she believed to be her own will was influenced by deeper fears and desires she hadn't fully understood. The tree's words echoed in her mind, challenging her perception of freedom. Over the following days, Alara spent more time by the ancient tree, reflecting on her life. She began to see how her choices were often reactions to her emotions, rather than deliberate decisions made with awareness. She understood now that freedom wasn't just about doing what she wanted, but about knowing why she wanted it. One day, as she sat under the tree's vast canopy, Alara smiled. She felt lighter, as if the invisible chains that once bound her were loosening. She no longer sought to escape her burdens, but to understand them, to see them for what they were. And in that understanding, she found a new kind of freedom that came not from the absence of constraints, but from the awareness and acceptance of them. As the sun set behind the mountains, casting a golden glow over the village, Alara rose and thanked the ancient tree. She knew her journey had only just begun, but for the first time she felt truly free.